Invictus, my kings, and welcome back to another Total War Shogun 2 Total Fall of the Samurai mod Prussia playthrough. And yeah, today we are about to initiate the conflict against the United States. Over the end turn and over the break, all I did was take Kazusa. The United States took Musashi, so I think it's only fair that we engage in a big old brawl with them. We engage the war, declare war, they have no allies. Let's continue siege, bring out the other army as well. And let's auto-resolve the fight. We won, obviously. Peacefully occupy. Yes, and let's... oh, we don't have the money to repair. Oh, never mind then. But we do have the ability to upgrade our general. So let's do that. And... yeah, let's end turn. Of the end turn, the enemy army that is standing over here, maybe they'll become active again. Maybe they won't. We'll see. Let's end turn. Let's see what the United States pulls out of its hat. Oh, here we go. I'm going to bombard my little province over there. Oh, well, what can you do? That's life. The enemy definitely has a naval advantage compared to us. We have 0 ships. They have at least 1. And a rebel army just decided to end their existence by marching straight into me. How very nice of them. In mounting unrest. Not that it actually works in any sort of way. They have some foot colonial infantry, some Montgomery Guards, some conscript infantry, and some volunteer infantry. We'll see how those actually measure up in a battle. Never mind, they decided to retreat, so let's pursue. And let's actually have a little bit of a fight. Yeah, let's have a little bit of a fight. Alright, here we are, up in the sky, but on the battlefield. A little bit foggy, but what can you do? And let's set up properly today. Cavalry on the wings, as per usual. General behind, as per usual. And let's start the battle. Let's see what the enemy does. We have a little bit of a hill in the center, so we might want to go and capture that. But I think the enemy will be...
to attack, sir.
Prepared to attack, indeed. But I think the enemy will be in a defensive stance since we attack them. So the enemy, let's take a look at their units. So these are foot colonial infantry. Now they look pretty cool. Conscript infantry. So these are Japanese people conscripted to fight for the United States. Very interesting. But the design is pretty good. Looks cool. Again, conscript infantry, engineers. Haven't seen those before. Probably some sort of... well, they do look like they have some strange tools here. Oh, they have axes. Okay, so maybe they're pretty good at melee. But I want to find the volunteer infantry. So these are Japanese people that have volunteered to fight for the United States. They look pretty good as well, though. And their colonial saber cavalry just looks like cowboys. Cowboys with swords. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Not entirely sure why they don't have revolvers or something like that. Actually, revolver cavalry, I think, should be in the game. Just in the base game in general. So I think the United States should have access to it. And oh, here we go. The enemy is activated. They have become active. We are officially about to engage in a line battle. Very cool, very cool. They have decided to attack my general, so let's take our general and move him way the heck back. And we are already crushing some of their conscript infantry. They probably don't measure up compared to our colonial infantry, which surprisingly has been pulling a lot of weight. It's become the mainstay of our armies. But here comes the enemy cavalry. Let's see how much we have to form, how many squares we have to form. Let's form square, form square, form square, form square. But the enemy charge has sort of petered out a little bit. wasn't as impactful as I thought it would be. Though they did do a severe amount of damage to this regiment, which didn't form square in time at all. But what can you do? It's a little bit of a sluggish game, even at the best of times. Even at the best of times, Total Wars tend to be a little sluggish. But we are winning the fight, obviously. The enemy has very little. The conscript infantry looks extremely cool, but it just doesn't measure up compared to what we are pulling out of our hats. Our guys are just way miles better compared to the enemy. Plus we have a better flag, obviously. Obviously that counts for a lot. In a fight like this, the coolness of your flags matters an absolute metric ton. And there we go, the enemy is routed, and I think that should be the last of them. There we go, it is a victory, a decisive victory nonetheless. Okay, so we lost 291 and we killed something a little over 1,200. Pretty cool engagement, so if I say so myself. We thoroughly crushed the enemy. I thought this was going to be much more difficult of an operation, but it seems like it's not. It seems like it's relatively easy all the way through. They did well, they didn't actually bombard the port. Looks like they missed. Oh well, what can you do? It happens to the best of us, eh? Happens to the best of us. Sometimes you just miss. What can you do? But let's finish off these fools. There we go, and this army can go back towards Musashi. And they have a sizable force in Kozuke. And I have a little bit of an army here at Shimotsuke. Basically just to hold them off if they decide to push. But this army in Musashi, or this army that we just used to fight the battle, either of them should go for Sagami. I don't know about the army in Kozuke. We'll see what happens with them, but nevertheless, we should push forward and capture Sagami. Oh, here we go. Their little fleet. Oh, they decided to blockade the port. Looks like looks like their artillery didn't work, so they decided to blockade the port. Okay. Well, whatever works for you. If it works, right? Chiba port. Yep. A bunch of rebellions that are glitched and don't do anything. Okay, so this army can move forward, and this army here in Musashi can probably crush the army in Sagami. We can now capture Sagami. Oh, we can't capture Sagami. They have a very sizable garrison in here. So let's quick save and let's auto-resolve this. Pyrrhic victory. So we did actually lose a bunch of guys. Okay, good to know, good to know. So let's bring up reinforcements for Shimosa. Let's bring up reinforcements. And let's recruit a bunch more, or one more. So we can reinforce our armies. That was a tough fight, but they have a peace treaty from the United States. Now, no, let's decline. There's no reason why we should have peace. We will have war, total war. We will crush them. We will capture all of their territories. We will push them out of the islands of Japan. Development level increase Prussia. Very nice. Lord of War. Eliminate any general in battle. And that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a little bit of a tough one, to be honest. Units. Oh, so there is a unit here. Interesting. But in Musashi we can actually recruit. No, we can't. What about here? We can recruit conscript infantry because they have a citadel, I think. Or why is it infantry war college, healthcare center? Oh, fencing school. This is where we can enables recruitment and replenishment of conscript infantry. So fencing school. Okay, but the conscript infantry doesn't seem to be all that great, not gonna lie. So, probably not gonna bother with it, to be honest. Probably just not gonna bother with it. And I'm just gonna take this soldier out, move him forward, move this army into Musashi. There we go. And next on the chopping block is Izu, Shimoda, Suruga. Yes, these three provinces are in our line of sight and soon to be captured for the glory of Prussia. And that is how we do it. That's how we will proceed. Okay, so Izu. Let's go for Izu. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. This might be a little bit of a tough one, actually. Let's march our troops over to Izu. Let's see if we can auto-resolve this fight. Decisive victory, very nice. Didn't lose a single unit. Peacefully occupy. There we go. So Izu captured. Alright, here we go. Shimoda captured. Easy. And the city of Suruga falls as well. Very easy. Decisive victory. Peacefully occupy. Can I just say, by the way, that this is one of the least stable realms I've ever had in any total war. If you look at these, the populace is incredibly unhappy with us all around, but there are no rebellions. The rebellions just don't spawn. So there's nothing to worry about, really. We just press on, ignore the outrage. There's one rebellion over here, but this one keeps popping out in near Fukushima. So let's just accept them from taxes to not have to worry about it. And let's crush the rebellion, and let's keep on keeping on, I guess, since the rebellions, as you can see, noblemen revolt all around, but nothing ever happens, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? But I think that's where we'll leave it off for today, Kings. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next part.